Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clark on YouTube. Oh no! Descendants and Zombies fans, you have a reason to be excited more than you ever had, because the official trailer of Zombies 4, Dawn of the Vampires, as difficult and challenging as that may be to say for a lot of people who are fans of it off the back of your tongue, they have finally dropped the official trailer for the release of this one in summer 2025. Originally, people were advertising it to be released 1 week before Halloween 2025 on October 24th. That would have been the Friday before Halloween, but according to what information has been dropped courtesy of D23.com and Disneyplus, this will make its premiere on Disneyplus as a Disneyplus exclusive, according to D23.com, now in the summer of 2025. So it will drop a little bit earlier than expected, which gives you even more of a reason to be really excited about that. In addition to that, you have the Zombies Descendants Worlds Collide Tour kicking off this summer in July 2025, headlined by of course, Ruby Rose Turner, Kylie Cantrell, who is one of the biggest names on this tour. Really happy she's coming in to be a part of it. And Mila Baker, along with everybody else who was a part of the Descendants Zombies franchises. And they've got tour dates scheduled all over the United States and the world, hopefully. Unbelievable. And the numbers you guys have been putting up on this YouTube channel because of it, absolutely unprecedented, unlike anything that I've ever experienced in my life. And it's the most fun that I've had as a broadcaster and a journalist for forever. Thank you guys so much. Up to over 1,100 plus subscribers, 1,110 subscribers to be precise, according to the YouTube analytical system. And this YouTube channel is continuing to grow organically, which is something that I really appreciate. Guys, check it out. The brand new camera, not even monetized yet. And I bought a high definition camera to significantly upgrade from what I was doing. The lens is brighter, the room is more broader. I like it, and this is really going to hopefully increase the morality of this YouTube channel and get a lot of people really excited and talking about it. Guys, if you haven't shared this content with your friends, what is stopping you? Hit the share button, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. Not because I want to achieve monetization, but because I want to see this YouTube channel explode with numbers. You probably are somebody who lives just 5 minutes out the road, like yours truly, from a soda plantation, and living in fear of it exploding. And in my situation, there are only two ways off this island that I live on. It's either by boat, where you can drown, or by plane, which you can crash. I'm really screwed if a soda plantation ever blows up and everybody turns into a zombie, because I don't know what I'm going to do with only two ways off of this island. Plane, you can crash, and boat, you can drown. So either way you can die. You either get attacked by a zombie, or you die either way trying to get off the island. Stop laughing. Guys, thank you so much for just being here and being a part of it. You know, I really appreciate the cast of Zombies, and I really appreciate what Meg Donnelly and Milo and there's the characters Addison and Zed brought to this movie. It was the first movie that gave the cast members creative control of their characters, which is something I found time in appreciating, because on shows like Jessie and Hannah Montana and Wizards of Waverly Place from years ago and other generations of Disney stars, even Disney Channel movies, they didn't even have creative control, even with how popular Kenny Ortega's adaptation of High School Musical was before they released the licenses to schools to perform on-stage productions. They didn't even have creative control. This was the first movie, fun fact, that Disney Channel gave the stars creative control. The very first Zombies movies, right on forward, gave them creative control, and they had such great chemistry on and off camera, both on and off camera, which is something I found time in appreciating. Disney Channel's always, there's something in the water over there at Disney Channel, because they have given us some of the greatest friendships of all time because of the success of movie franchises such as High School Musical, Hannah Montana. And of course, we all heard about how Miley Cyrus and Emily Osment on the set of Hannah Montana really didn't get along. But they were able to patch it up. So they were one of the friendships that came out of Disney Channel very effectively. So was the friendship of Ashley Tisdale and Vanessa Hudgens. There are very few friendships that can be highlighted, but some of the most successful friendships were created because of the on-set chemistry. They had Ashley Tisdale, Vanessa Hudgens, Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson, and of course Milo Menon and Meg Donnelly had a great relationship, which I found time in appreciating. They also shot a lot of scenes in the nighttime until the sun came up for Zombies, and it got me to thinking. You know, I really have had this desire to want to kick the butts of a lot of vampires, werewolves, and zombies. And the only way that's going to happen is if I get 1 million subscribers on this YouTube channel, even 10 or 20,000, and I get to wear my leather jackets, which I have multiple of, and I get to go on set and just kick the butt of a lot of people. It would be freaking awesome to have the opportunity to kick the butts of a lot of zombies, werewolves, and especially vampires. I've had this thing to want to kick a lot of vampire butt. That's why there's a window there, and I jump through it every night. And I would kind of really love the opportunity to do it. You know, zombies would be coming at me from the right side, from the left side, 50 on one side, 50 on the other. Over 100 to 150 zombies. It would just be me in the action scene. Zed and Addison would be running to try to save me through the woods, and then all of a sudden I'd be just kicking everybody's butt. The bell would go off. They would say action. I'd be jumping off catwalks. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clark, do you really think you can jump off a catwalk onto about 150 zombies? Well, after covering professional wrestling for a number of years, I probably would be able to do it. I've been doing it for 25 years, and then I made the transition from covering pro wrestling on a podcast, numbers of podcasts, out of this one, so maybe. But I don't want a stunt double. That's one thing that has to be in my contract for Disney. I don't want a stunt double, because stunt doubles defeat the purpose of having fun on these sets. So I would do all my own stunts, and Disney would let me do all my own stunts because I would generate high revenue and high ratings for Disney Channel and Disneyplus, and we would have a whole lot of fun. That's the thing that I would have a lot of fun with and a lot of appreciation with, and the opportunity to create for each and every one of you. The bell would go off, and of course, I would kick a whole lot of butt, then the bell would go off after we finished the scene, and we'd all go to catering. There'd probably be a lot of injuries from how I would kick a lot of butt, but I would have a whole lot of fun doing it. I very quickly fell in love with the Zombies franchise. You know, I won't lie to you guys. I'll be quite honest and upfront with you. This whole plot, this whole synopsis, if you would, of Disney's Zombies was quite difficult to get into and quite difficult to get used to, because we went from Descendants, and of course this happening 20 years after the reigns of Disney villains such as Maleficent Ursula, Cruella de Vil. Boy, Cameron Boyce, I really miss him, man. He was amazing as the son of Cruella de Vil, was he not? I had to get that in there. But, you know, we went from that happening 20 years after the reigns of so many cherished Disney villains to this. And I think it had a whole lot to do with the Vampire Diaries and Twilight Saga blowing up for the last 15 years, and Disney wanted to create something special. Boy, Sonic looks really happy there in the background, does he not? I like this new camera, how you can see everything. It's really incredible, the strobe lights, everything. Guys, give me a like and hit the subscribe button. I'm not even monetized yet, and I put in like $500 here recently on this YouTube channel to try to, you know, increase the morality and the impressions. And I don't regret doing it. But yeah, I actually, funny enough, when I read the synopsis of the Zombies movie, the franchise, I said to myself, you know, this reminds me of me. This is how I live. I live in a place where there's a soda plantation literally 5 minutes up the road, a power plant, and a soda plantation. So if either one of those blow up, I'm going to be in a whole lot of trouble. And I don't know really what I'm going to do. So if you guys have any tips on how to prepare for a zombie invasion, you know, you can always say the obvious, of course, board up your doors and windows. But that's going to cost me a lot of money. I've spent all my money on trying to advance this YouTube channel. I have no screws to bolt up doors, no boards or windows. What am I going to do? You guys, wait, light bulb just went off. You guys are the only ones that can get me out of this situation. And the only way you can get me out of this situation is by hitting the subscribe button. That's the only way we could do it. You know, we gotta do this. And we're in this together. I also really appreciated how many times the scenes were taken for zombies. The kissing scenes between Zed and Addison apparently took multiple takes. I would say they took more than multiple takes, probably a couple of hundred takes. Because I know from studying this kind of stuff for years, it is very difficult for Disney Channel to determine whether or not people have chemistry on set, and they went through literally hundreds of actors and actresses to determine whether or not a guy and a girl could have a tremendous amount of chemistry on this set, and they finally found it with Meg Donnelly and Milo Menon, and the promotion was at an all-time high for this one. They got it done, despite how difficult it may have been, and they shot a lot of scenes in the nighttime, which yours truly wouldn't have no problem doing, especially if he had access to catering. Yeah, you're thinking to yourself, Jonathan Clark, would you really throw a bunch of zombies through the catering table? Yeah, if there were a lot of boneless chicken wings that I liked, rice, kebab, which I had today. If you guys have never had kebab, it's like this kind of meat that is really cool, and you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clark, stop talking about catering and talk about zombies. I really hoped that this movie was going to be released around Halloween. No matter if it's released around Halloween or not, 2025, I will be here on Halloween night. We'll probably do something about zombies. Because I know a lot of people find time in appreciating it, and we will get the job done. By the way, Meg Donnelly is such a beautiful, talented actress, and I don't think that there is anyone that could have ever done the job as effectively and as powerfully as what she did. She's such a strong actress with such a positive outlook on life, just as every other cast member of Zombies is. And I really appreciate how Disney was very lenient and gave her creative control, because she's not only just a powerful actress, but she's also a powerful singer too, and hopefully she will see this video. If you see this video, Meg, I love you to death. Dove Cameron was probably one of the first ones that I fell in love with because of just how passionate she was about her work with Disney Channel. She was very into it, even though she just, contemplated quitting a lot of the time. She had the support put in place. So she was able to, make characters like Liv and Maddie on the TV series work. She was able to make characters like Mel on the set of Descendants work, especially with a director as powerful as Kenny Ortega. I really appreciate how Kenny Ortega really brought stuff like this to life, and how the producers of Zombies are trying to do the same thing, kind of follow in the shadow of Kenny Ortega. Notwithstanding that, guys, I am really, really excited to see where we go from here and how this fourth installment of this amazing, amazing franchise is going to do for Disney. I'm expecting the ratings and revenue to be at an all-time high, but I think the only way that you can get the revenue high... Oh, Stitch is there in the background. Look at that! Stitch is clearer, too! Man, this camera is amazing! After $500 later, you can get a good video. Crazy. Yeah, so I'm really excited to see what happens with this. The promos for the World Tour, the Worlds Collide Tour, look amazing, and I'm really happy that Kylie Cantrell is now being advertised for the tour, because I was kind of skeptical of whether or not she was going to be involved. And just to let you guys know, there are going to be a lot more zombie videos that are going to be here on this YouTube channel. So if you haven't told your friends, you're going to want to pick up the phone and call them and let them know what amazing stuff is happening here. I've also got a new high-definition microphone that I'm using for the first time, so hopefully you guys can hear me clear. You can see it right there. Yeah, I've always wanted to kick a whole lot of butt with vampires. I've always been interested in vampire TV shows for some reason. Stayed up late at night when I was a kid watching them. Zombies and vampires, yeah. Doesn't sound, something like Disney would do or try to do, so I give them a lot of credit. They've come into this really cool superhero sci-fi kind of realm, and I'm hoping they kind of stick with that. So, because they premiered the trailer, the first official trailer on Disney's Music YouTube channel, I'm going to show it to you. I want your opinions in the comments. I also want you to hit the subscribe button. I want to go from 1,110 subscribers to 1 million overnight, because I want to be one of the stars of Disney's Descendants Zombies franchise and kick a whole lot of butt, which I don't think you guys would have a whole lot of problem with me doing, because you know I can, after spending like $500 and not even being monetized. Think about it. A guy who lives on an island where there's only two ways off. Either way you can die, and think about all the money that I spent on a camera. If I'm crazy enough to spend all this money on a camera without being monetized, after having 1,000 subscribers but not 4,000 watch hours, think about the possibilities of me being on the set of Zombies and kicking a whole lot of butt out of 300 zombies. It is possible. So what do you say we watch this video together? The most fun, absolutely, that I have had in my entire 27-year career has been profiling Descendants and Zombies and the unprecedented rise to success and superstardom that it has witnessed. And we have witnessed it all together as fans. And this is the first official trailer, courtesy of social media, which has been blowing up because of it over the last couple of days. I can only hope that this YouTube channel continues to blow up because of it too. And everything else, not to mention that I'm throwing up on this YouTube channel. So guys, what I want you to do is I want you to leave your comments and opinions in this video at the bottom of it. Don't forget to hit the little emoji that has JC branded with the Mickey logo on it, and subscribe to this YouTube channel as we watch this footage together for the first time. Looks really spooky, but also looks kind of really interesting too. I know you guys love this YouTube channel. I do too, after $3,500.
Nice to be on vacation with you.
Yeah, me and you.
Even though we ended up as counselors at the most dangerous summer camp on Earth.
It's gonna be great.
Daywalkers!
Vampires! Prepare for battle!
Watch out!
This is the place to be!
Camp's now officially in session.
Whoa!
You know, the more I think about it, I want to be a camp counselor. I'm seriously thinking about putting in my application to be a counselor at a camp that is infested with vampires, zombies, and werewolves. There's just something about that sounds awfully exhilarating. And I think I may be the only one that feels that way about it, but I'll tell you about that as we close this video out. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell to stay up to date with notifications. You're going to want to do that after this YouTube channel has not even been monetized. And considering the fact that I have a brand new HD camera, the Logitech Brio. Amazing technology. Yeah, I would love to apply to be a camp counselor at a camp that's infested and ran over by vampires, werewolves, and zombies. Ding, 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 let's go, action. I would love that. You know, Addison and Zed would be lost in the fog in the woods, and I would come from out of nowhere and attack a bunch of zombies and werewolves and vampires, and it would be awesome. You know, I could use my vintage leather jacket that I have. There's a lot that goes with this, and I just feel like I could do a really good job doing that kind of thing. I think there's just something about it that makes it so much more fun and unpredictable. So guys, the only way that it can happen is if you hit the subscribe button. That's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to hit the subscribe button, and you're going to have to help me get monetized so I can have a role as a cast member for Zombies. I think that would be absolutely, absolutely incredible. Guys, thank you so much for just being a part of this experience. It's been an incredible roller coaster ride, seeing the rise in subscribers on this YouTube channel. I can't thank you enough. Guys, we'll do this again in a couple of days, and I know there are a lot of Zombies fans who probably found this thumbnail and clicked on it. Thank you for that, because I honestly don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and hopefully we'll see an increase in subscribers over the next couple of days. One can only hope. But it can't be done without each and every one of you. It's one thing to be a YouTube creator and put these YouTube videos out there. But when you have people hitting the subscribe button, it makes a whole world of difference. And the appreciation and the kindness goes a long way. Guys, kindness goes a long way in this world. A really long way. Probably further than a lot of you probably may realize. But always use positive comments for people who sometimes want to see and are looking for positive comments every single day. It may be that guy in the school bus. It may be that guy that sits behind you in your class every day who's maybe looking for a little bit of kindness in his life. And I think that everybody who shares a little bit of kindness with somebody who probably needs it matters most. So definitely spread kindness and be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do it again.